Welcome to Sorry for the Delay episode 31. I'm your editor, Mia. In this week's episode, the boys introduce a new segment called What's in Your Cup? Sean goes on a rant about proper concert etiquette, and the boys get another week closer to a blind box giveaway. One last thing, head over to our YouTube channel to watch Joshua's road trip vlog. It was a long time in the making, so show it some love. Other than that, enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 31 of Sorry for the Delay. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This over there is Joshua. Hello, Joshua. How are you doing today, my child?
Hello, Sean. Hello, everybody who's joining us today on April 30th. Like I always say, I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys are well rested because we may have some surprises today. If you're ready for surprises, maybe you're doing a workout. I don't know, but I feel okay today. I feel fine. I mean, little bags under my eyes. I don't know. I'm a little tired, but I feel good. I'm okay.
It's all right, buddy. I have bags under my eyes, too. They were also from sleep deprivation, so I'm right there with you. But thank you guys for all joining us. We appreciate it. Again, like Joshua said, welcome to your workout. And if you're not working out, please enjoy a beverage with us. And as Joshua's going to say, it doesn't have to be alcoholic. None of us here are alcoholics. Yet.
Doesn't.
But whether or not you care to partake, please feel free. We're here for the next hour, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. We'll see. You know, just chill vibes only today, man. Chill vibes only. That's all we want, you know? So I'll ask Joshua as every episode goes. Joshua, do you have any reasons for us to drink?
Well, there is always reasons to drink. My reason to drink today because it was a long day at work. Had to deal with a lot of people today. If anybody's ever worked in a high-paced volume where you sell lots of merchandise, well, today was our inventory day. And if anybody's ever gone through an inventory anywhere, even in your own fucking closet, you know, you're going through your socks, you know, going through your t-shirts, whatever you got to do, you know, it takes a little bit of a stress on you. You know, everybody wants to hold on to their, you know, musty old underwear or, you know, the things that they just can't part ways with. Well, today, that was our day at work, and I'm a little tired from that. But we do have a reason to drink. But before we get started and you know, drinking and all that, I want to know, Sean, and some other people might want to know, before we get started here, I want to know what's in your cup, Sean.
Ooh.
Before we get started, before we hit the freeway and we go 90 miles an hour, I want to know, Sean, what is in your cup?
I like that. That is real nice segue into what is in my cup, Joshua. Right now, my cup consists of a wild turkey bourbon. I have 3 shots in here, which is there's more than 3 shots because it's a shot and a half. So what is that? 4 shots? I don't know. Someone do the math on that and double check me. But there's 3 shots in there and just some Mexican Coke, you know, just some delicious fucking, what is it? What do they use in the Mexican Coke? Just regular sugar. I was going to say cocaine sugar, but that's not it. I think it's just cane sugar, not cocaine sugar. So, yeah, that's what I'm drinking, you know. What's in your cup, Joshua? Do you have a cup? Are you drinking anything from a cup?
Ooh, do you want to know what's in my cup? All right, everybody. If you want to know what is in Joshua's cup today, here is what is in my cup.
This is not scripted
today. In this,
Joshua makes it seem like
in this fancy little cup right here. This fancy Sorry for the Delay custom cup. You know, this is one of a kind. You know, if one of you are lucky, you might get one of these. But what is in my cup? I'm going to tell you what's in my cup. Starting with 1.5 ounces of vodka, 4 ounces of Red Bull, 1 ounce of cranberry juice, half an ounce of simple syrup, and I threw some ice cubes in here too. And if you wanted to, I didn't do it, but you can garnish this fancy little drink with a lime wedge. And this, everybody, is what is called the Red Thunder Surprise. That is what's in my cup. And if you are one of those calorie conscious people, this, everybody, only has 170 calories in this drink right here. So drink up.
I didn't know we were giving.
Surprise.
I didn't know we were giving out drink recipes. What is this? I would have worked on something completely different.
So tasty.
All right. Well,
yeah. We don't script this stuff. We don't script this stuff. But yeah, that's what I got going on in here.
Awesome. What was it called?
Now,
what was it called again, Joshua? I'm sorry.
For my measurements, this drink is called Red Thunder Surprise. Now, did I alter mine? Mix it however you want to make it. Does mine have 1.5 shots of vodka in it? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But you make it how you want to make your drink, okay?
I mean, it's a big cup, so I would imagine that it doesn't have just 1.5 shots in there.
Maybe. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh, that's great.
So that is what's in my cup.
That's great.
For today,
Nice.
April 30th.
I love it. I fucking love it. There you go. That's what's in both our cups. You know what? Next time I'm gonna make something fancy. I feel like I was Smackledorf for a second here. Coming at me with this made a mixed drink in my cup. Shit.
What's in my cup? You never know. And if you are one of those people that likes to experiment or whatever, feel free to add a recipe down below, because we also would like to know what's in your cup.
So right
while you watch
off the bat, making a whole new segment without no talking over it, nothing, dick. Please let us know what's in your cup.
No,
and let us know in the comments. We're really fighting for comments. It's weird. This, I guess, this is for future people, people in the future who come back and watch this content. I'm sorry. Listen, if you're from Joshua, let me just hang on. Let me go on a quick little rant here, ladies and gentlemen. If you are from the future and are watching some of these episodes, I'd like to apologize on behalf of Joshua and I. Some of them are cringy, some of them are awkward, but I hope that you know that we love you, and we appreciate you for watching, and we appreciate you for coming back. And that's all I can say. Thank you, future you, or future whoever. We appreciate you. Anyways, what's in your cup? Put it in the comment, and then put the year that you put it in.
Yeah, and that's I surprised Sean with that one. But moving on, because we do do a couple of these things. We surprise with a few things, but we'll get into things that we kind of get into on a normal basis, right? We're going to go with holidays. I got one for you.
All right.
We're going to talk about them, Let me know what you think. We're going to start off with a biggie. This right here, it should strike a chord with some of you, and I want to know how you feel about this. Okay. Today, on April 30th, is the start of National Honesty Day. And I have a question for you, Sean, for National Honesty Day.
Okay.
Can you be too honest? How honest are you going to be with somebody? Like, if somebody's got a booger in their nose, are you going to be like, hey, man, you got a booger? Or some gets a little close to you, maybe their breath stinks. Ugh. Are you going to be like, dude, hey, what's up, man? You got a little something going on with your upper lip. What's going on there? I mean, so I want to know. Can you be too honest?
I would say, yeah. I think you can be too honest. There's a point where honesty.
I can be too honest.
There's a point where honesty just becomes being rude or being mean, or it comes off as aggressive after a certain point. So I think that, yeah, you could be too honest. Like the example that you gave, right? If you had a booger in your nose, and I didn't know you on a personal level, like I know you, I would probably not say something out loud, but I'd probably gesture hey, you go like that. You have something in your nose kind of gesture.
Do the old hey.
Yeah, exactly. Just hey, something up here, and it's not your coke nail. So just that. Or if someone has bad breath, I'm not gonna be like, whoa, motherfucker, god damn, did you just eat shit? I'm not gonna do that to them. I'll probably hey, you want a mint or something? on a piece of gum, you know, I'm not going to fucking shame you, because that's kind of like, it's almost like kink shaming, you know? Like, maybe that's something somebody's into, and we're just kind of like, we don't know, right? We're like, what if you're at work, Joshua, you're at work, you know, and like you don't know that this is a kink for them, right? Let's say you have two coworkers, right? One coworker always is like slick back hair and smells like fucking Axe body spray. And then your other coworker just smells like BO all the time, right? Straight shit, like straight puta, you know? What if they're just like working off a kink, you know? Like, oh baby, you smell so clean. And then he's like, oh yeah, baby, you smell like fucking shit, bro. Let me clean you off, you know? Like, what if it's that? You know, we don't know. We don't know nowadays, you know? You never know. So that's just what I'm saying. You can be too honest, ladies and gentlemen. You can. Just keep in mind.
Yeah, I think when it comes, I do agree with Sean. When it comes to hygiene, I think you can be too honest, but at the same time, I think people should know, or should pick up on gestures, you know, like you know, the old finger licking, or the covering of the mouth, or the 2 steps back you might take. Like, if you don't get a hint after something like that, like, you may have to just be a little bit more honest,
more blunt,
you know.
Yep.
But I think you can be too honest when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
But try it out. Try being honest.
If you've never been honest
before,
try being honest for the first time.
Yeah.
And please put that in the comments. Let me know what you were honest about. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, but number 2, now that we've gotten past the honesty part of our more morality here, let's be honest. How honest are we going to be? Number 2, it's National Adopt a Shelter Pet today. And believe it or not necessarily on this day, approximately 2 million dogs are adopted each year.
Damn, that's great. Hey, do me a favor and just like don't let your girlfriend hear that. You know? Like, I don't think you guys need any more adopted dogs or stolen dogs. So just go ahead and just have her not listen to this episode.
When I looked that up, I was worried. Yeah, 2 million dogs. That's a lot of dogs, though. You know, 2 million dogs a year. That's actually pretty cool. I like that people have big hearts and they are adopting more animals, because I get it. If you want like a $2,000, $8,000, $10,000 pedigree, I understand the appeal of that. But sometimes the best dogs are the ones that just need a home, you know, need somebody to love them. And they're going to give you way more than that spoiled dog that only eats wet food and it's going to have diarrhea, you know, and shit all over your floor because it's spoiled and it's, you know, like, you know, so maybe, you know, get the pedigree, spend the money, but try adopting a dog. Both of my dogs are adopted or rehomed, I guess you could say. So, partially. We won't go into the stolen part. We won't go into that. But yeah, try it out. 2 million dogs. Me and my girlfriend were part of that statistic. Try adopting a pet, because I think you might get a lot out of that, and you'll save some money.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, wait, Joshua, before you move on, can I say something about adopting a pet?
Number 3.
Hang on.
What?
I would like to point out, listen.
Sure. Go for it.
For those of you who are going to adopt a pet, please freaking remember that a pet is a lot of responsibility, whether it be a cat, whether it be a dog. Sometimes people get these animals for their kids. Your kid is not the one who's going to be taking care of the dog or the cat or the turtle or the bunny or whatever it is you're adopting. Like, you are going to be the one taking care of it. So you are going to take on that responsibility. Do not adopt anything that you cannot handle yourself. Like, just want to throw that out there, because that's a big thing with shelters and stuff. People adopt dogs or cats or whatever, and then they end up bringing them back because they can't handle it. So if you're going to adopt something, make sure you're ready for that commitment, because it's a commitment, dude. Like, you know how people say, oh my God, my dog is my child. Well, it kind of has some relative reality to it, because you are taking care of another living being, and that's important. So don't adopt anybody or anything that you can't take care of. That's it. That's my rant.
That's true. Buy a plant. You know, buy a plant, buy some shit that you could just, you know, not feed and then see what happens to it. And then just times that by human life, and just see what the outcome will be. Let's try that out. All right, number 3. You ready for number 3, Sean?
See.
All right, number 3. Here we go. Today, on April 30th, is National Oatmeal Cookies. And before I go diving into oatmeal cookies, I just got to shout out to my mom. I really love it when she makes oatmeal cookies. I look forward to the oatmeal cookies she makes every single time. She may or not watch this, but if she does, please whip out a batch of those oatmeal cookies. I would love it. And if anybody else makes oatmeal cookies, feel free to send them this way. I clearly need more. Sorry, Sean. I don't think you need any more.
Well, that's a shame because I was going to actually ask your mom for some cookies
Just
too,
kidding,
but
big guy. I'm teasing you.
I do appreciate you looking out for me and my health, baby. But Joshua, I got to ask you, what kind of oatmeal cookies do you like? Like, are you a fan of the chocolate oatmeal cookies, or are you just an oatmeal cookie guy with like raisins and the oatmeal? Like maybe sometimes they do cranberry. Like what makes the perfect oatmeal cookie for you?
Anytime you put chocolate in something else, I love it. I'm a big chocolate fan. I can't remember what episode we talked about chocolate. I think it was desserts or some shit we were talking about. I love chocolate. So if you put chocolate inside an oatmeal cookie, I'm probably going to eat it pretty fast. But yeah, I do like the oatmeal cookie with the chocolate chips, freshly made right out of the oven when things just kind of fall apart and they melt, and super, super delicious. So I'm a big oatmeal cookie guy, and yeah, I love oatmeal cookies. So I'm glad there's a day for it.
Nice. All right. Well, shit. I like that. What's next?
All right, the next one I really want to try. I've never done it. I bought this as a gift let me just say, I bought this as a gift for my girlfriend. We have yet to try it out.
It's a dildo, everybody. It's
before your head goes getting in the gutter, like, oh, I know, yeah, exactly. Before you start thinking, oh, what did Joshua buy for his girlfriend that they haven't used yet? Jesus Christ, everybody, stop thinking nasty. We're real people here.
Real people.
I guess real people have dildos too, but it's not what I bought.
Sorry, everybody. We're not AI.
How about today is National National Tie-Dye Day.
Ooh.
Have you ever tie-dyed? I haven't.
Back when I was at a science camp, I think we did it. Like they had a tub and you were able to like kind of fold your shirt into like whatever shape you wanted, and then you like dipped it into the tub full of ink, and then you pulled it out and it was tie-dyed. So yeah, I have.
I've seen some pretty badass tie-dye, like how people do the rubber bands and how they actually achieve these crazy patterns. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. I really want to try it. So hopefully one of these days you guys will see me wearing a tie-dye t-shirt, and I can like be like, yeah, I made this shit, because I probably won't wear a tie-dye shirt unless I make it. I think I have one, but I don't think I've ever worn it. Got it as a gift, but I think it'd be cool to actually make it and wear it, similar to the stuff that we got on right now.
And Joshua,
making it, wearing it, I think is pretty sick.
I think we have an idea for something. Just so people know, I'm going on vacation coming up in May, so early May, and part of that vacation is going down to visit Joshua. Spoiler alert, I probably won't record anything other than a podcast, which is spoilers. It's going to be pretty cool. But maybe, Joshua, maybe we tie-dye some shirts. That'd be a fun little just like quick segment. I think we should do it.
Yeah, that'd be. I'm up for it. I got a kit that's brand new. I probably could return it. I still got the receipt, but I think the better plan would be to actually use it and put it together. I'm down. I'm up for that.
Let's do it. What's next?
Yeah, National Tie-Dye Day. I want to try it. Okay, how about this one? National Boba Tea Day. And if you watch our Washington episode, you guys know I love boba. I went out on the limb, again, if you saw that episode, and I tried an avocado boba drink. And it sounds gross. Say it again. If you didn't watch that episode, it actually is really, really, really good. It's a meal. I'm not going to lie. That's what I said. It's a meal. It's thick. It's heavy. And then you add those little tapioca balls, or, you add that stuff in there. But it's good. So I do love boba, whether there's avocado in it, whether it's a dragon fruit, passion fruit, whatever you want to put in there. I'm drinking it. But yeah, Sean, I know, Sean, you love boba tea too. Right?
So I love boba. I just don't love the tapioca balls, right? So I love the tea. So like, give me any boba tea just without the tapioca in it, or like the little, I want to say avocado jellies, but no, it's not their avocado jellies. It's the like the freaking jelly things.
Avocado jellies, that'd be cool.
But you know what I mean. Like, but I'm the fan of the tea. Like, and I had that avocado drink that Joshua is describing. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. So, step out of your comfort zone sometimes, try an avocado boba, go on that date with that guy from work who looks really creepy. So, could be fun.
Oh no. Oh no. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That ends bad every single time when you do shit like that. Get to know him first, Get to know him first. For our next one, this one's kind of important. This one, I really hope that you're prepared for this, because this does take preparation. Today also is National Preparation Day. And what this boils down to, Sean, is how prepared are you when shit hits the fan? Like the guy in the background right there. You see that guy back there? That guy was sitting at a bar, but I think he's on another planet, because obviously if he was on Earth, he wouldn't have that view right there. So that guy's he prepared well. He got off the planet. He knew the shit was coming. So that guy was prepared. I don't know if we can be that prepared, or any of the listeners can be that prepared as that guy. But today is National Preparation Day. Sean, and those of you listening, I want to know, how prepared are you if the shit hits the fan? How far away are you from starvation if the grocery store closes tomorrow? Look in your cupboard right now. Pause this shit. Go to your cupboard right now. You tell me how many top ramens you have. You tell me how much canned food you have in the freezer. Like,
in the freezer?
You probably don't put your canned food in the freezer. But wherever you put your shit. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I don't know, man. I'm just spitballing here. Wherever you put your shit, how prepared are you? How much water do you have?
Well, I think in that situation, Joshua, if the shit hit the fan right now, I would probably last about 3 hours, because I would get really hungry and I would just start eating out of anxiety. And then I would die. So I'd probably die within the first 48 hours. Definitely. Otherwise, I mean, I have two things at Top Ramen. I have some mayo that is half open. There seems to be some bags of cereal half open. And then in my fridge, I know that I have a little carton of milk and some chicken that is still raw. So when shit hits the fan, I don't think I'll be able to cook anything because the power will probably be out. And I don't have a gas grill or a stove. It's all electric. So I'll 48 hours. That's how long I'm giving myself. And that's if I don't eat these brownies in front of me. Gotta get that sugar boost.
Well, Sean, I got a treat for you, because I had a feeling that you were going to say that. So I went out and did something specifically for you and the person that paused this show and went to their cupboard right now and was just like, shit, Joshua's right. I don't have shit. How am I going to survive? What can I do to prepare? Well, folks, I got something for you. What the fuck? They make books for this shit. I got a book for you. This one's called right here.
The ultimate
Survival
manual extreme edition.
Survivor. What does it say?
Survival.
Extreme edition.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So they make books for this shit, everybody. So if you are feeling like, I'm not going to make it, you can go out and buy a book just like I did. And you might make it. And on the back, they even show you if you get attacked by an alligator, you can make it through it. But you have to read the book to know how to survive an alligator attack. There's, someone with a gun. You know how to get away with somebody with a gun. If your arm gets trapped underneath a rock, if you can, tourniquet, you can get this out. Like, all this information is in this book right here.
I can just see.
So
I see it.
Go out and get yourself a book.
It's like, Joshua, did you go out and get any food, water, or anything else?
This is how you're gonna make it. Right?
No, sweetie. I went out to the bookstore and I got a book about surviving the wilderness. It's the extreme edition, everyone. Though it's the extreme edition, so don't worry about it. But you didn't come back with any food or supplies. You just came back with the book.
Look it. They even have pages where they show you what you can do with your socks. Everybody, those socks that I was talking about that you can get rid of. They have things you can do with your socks. Yeah. So, just think about it. Jumping out of an airplane. Teaches you how to do that too. If you ever have to jump out of an airplane, granted, you might need a parachute. This is an important book. This is a very important book. So get prepared, everybody. Get prepared.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, got that.
Yeah, Joshua, you know what? I'm with you on this one, buddy. I'm with you all the way on this one, Get yourself a book. Be prepared, because when shit hits the fan, I really just want to pop open a book and just read for about 35 minutes to make sure I know what to do in case I have to jump out of that plane or use one of my crusty socks as a tourniquet. So... Just saying.
You might. It starts with the book. So what I'm getting at is it starts with information. Now, what you do with that information is the next step. Don't ask me if I've even read that book, but I do have that book, is what I'm saying. So if shit happens, I got something to reference. How I have to handle that situation. So it starts with information, and I got it, and you, Sean, should get it, and everybody listening or watching should get it too. Be prepared. Today's the day.
Not sponsored, by the way. I like to point that out. We are not sponsored by that book company or that book or the author. So Joshua's, he really wants you to get this book.
No, I don't even know. I don't even know. It doesn't have to be that book. And a little plug, I found that book at Costco. So... Costco's a great place, Hey, maybe even
Joshua,
a good place to be if shit hits the fan. Lock yourself in a Costco. You got books?
Yeah. I was going to say, yes, that was part of the thing I was going to tell you was like, yeah, maybe you should lock yourself in a Costco if shit hits the fan. But I want to know if you think you're at that age where you buy all your clothes at Costco now. You know what I mean?
Things at Costco have been looking pretty solid. I actually picked up some shorts, 2 pairs of shorts from Costco.
Oh, there you go.
But I'm not going to knock the Costco clothes because the ones I bought typically, like if you go to the outlets or you go to these stores, like the ones I bought are normally like $40 because I've seen the same material, the wicking, the stretching. They're like kind of like golf shorts, but they're kind. They're nice. They're nice shorts, but they were like $20. And normally these things are like $50 if you go to the outlets or you shop at this brand name store. So it's not that I'm at that age. Just I will say I've been looking at them more though. I can be honest about that. I've definitely been looking at them.
Oh, that's great, buddy. That's great.
They got some good shit.
I appreciate that though, Joshua. We want to make sure our listeners are prepared for anything that happens to them, Joshua. Anything that happens to them. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you bringing that shit up, man.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, buddy. Anything else? Any other holidays?
I got two more.
Okay.
They kind of go hand in hand with each other.
Let's hear 'em.
It leads into a little bit of the funny if you're into characters or cartoons, because being prepared, it takes you down a series. Like now you're thinking, right? Like, fuck, Joshua just said I don't have anything in my fridge. What the fuck am I gonna do? Well, if you're having a bad day, maybe you turn on the TV and you go back in time a little bit and you watch these two little guys, because today is Mr. Potato Head Day and also National Bugs Bunny Day.
Oh, that's great. Hey, can I just say, controversial take? I did not like Space Jam 2 with LeBron James in it. I thought that movie was horrible. Just saying. Like, Bugs Bunny was great, but it was not Space Jam. That is not my Space Jam.
I don't know if anybody's raising their hands. I wish I was a faster like typer and way to look things up, but I can almost guarantee the new Space Jam didn't make as much money as the old Space Jam. But you gotta do with the same amount of inflation. You know what I mean? You can't just like do it across the board. You gotta kind of. But I agree with you. The Michael Jordan Space Jam was way better than the LeBron. And nothing against LeBron. I just think it's just a different kind of movie. It's different. It wasn't as good.
Yeah, it was definitely different for sure. I don't know. I still didn't like it though. It was unfortunate.
I wanted to like it. Like I really did want to like it.
Everybody did, to be honest.
Like I went into it with high hopes.
Yeah,
but it wasn't that great.
So sorry for the pause there. Sorry for the delay. I'm just reading real quick. Apparently, it made $27.5 million more than the Jordan Space Jam. Now they didn't account for inflation, so
yeah,
who knows what that number really is? But still, I think you just have a bunch of little kids who wanted to go see a Space Jam movie because they thought it was going to be like as cool as the Michael Jordan one was. And then when people went in there and watched it, they probably all walked out. And they don't give refunds in that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Did Jordan even make a cameo in that one? Did he even like in the
no
LeBron one? Did Jordan even sneak in just like, hey bro, there was none of that?
I don't know. I'll give it a quick Google. Because I thought I remember like seeing the jersey.
I don't think he did, because I watched it. Yeah, I don't think he actually popped in. You'd have to pay Jordan a shit ton of money. I mean, for Jordan to pop in Space Jam, he probably would have asked for $27 million. He's like, how much is this movie gonna make? Well, that's how much you're gonna give me to show up, because that's what it's gonna take.
So here it is. Here's the answer. This is from Screen Rant. Michael Jordan does not appear in Space Jam: A New Legacy, which is Space Jam 2. Although there was an idea for a potential cameo and a post-credit scene that didn't come to pass. So then it says, however, Space Jam: A New Legacy ingeniously manages to get Michael Jordan to show up in the film in a completely unexpected and hilarious way. And for those of you who've seen the film, you probably know what that is. But he did not make a cameo appearance. So that shows you how much fate Michael Jordan had in Space Jam 2. Just saying.
Yeah. I most of them don't make it. Most of the twos, I mean, I think they were banking on better technology, not to harp on this whole Space Jam thing, because I know a lot of people thought that movie sucked. So did I. People don't want to hear about that shit. But I really don't. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was that good of a movie. Yeah, if you got that shit, sell that shit. Get your money back.
Hey, what would you describe as?
But that's all I got.
Would you describe
that's,
Joshua,
for holidays?
That's
all I got.
A good second movie. What's a good sequel? What outlives the first movie? Can you think of any movies that do that for you?
Jesus, I mean, I have so many movies downstairs, and I'm a big movie guy. Like I can remember lines from a movie. But when it comes to when you first said that right now, the one I thought of was Guardians of the Galaxy. I kind of thought, I think they did a decent job in that I thought they did a decent job with Guardians.
Was it better than the first? So I'm talking about I'm talking about second movies. So the sequels doing better than the first one, in your opinion. Like, you think Guardians 2 was better than Guardians 1?
I don't think it was better, because and the reason I say that when it comes to movies, and people maybe agree, is it's hard to better your first experience at anything. It's like being it's going to get a little weird here, but it's like being a virgin with anything, right? Whatever it is, take your imagination wherever you want to go. Your first sip of beer, your first sip of alcohol, maybe just the tip, the adults in the room know what I'm talking about. When you're a virgin to something, it's hard to reproduce that ever again. The ecstasy you feel from the first time you pop it off or you first experience it, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, wow, like, how am I going to better that? Does it get better from this? It's really hard to do that with movies because you set the bar so high. Mm-hmm. Even the other one, what is it? The Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. That one, they had a really good soundtrack. It kicked ass. If you guys haven't seen that one yet, go check that one out. But the second one, I had really high hopes for. I felt like the soundtrack wasn't as good. The visuals, they were really trying to push, but they were both really good movies. But I still think the first Spider-Verse one, with what they did with that one, you can't reproduce it. The cherry had been popped. Yep. You're not brand new no more. You made it through. So I it's very, very difficult to make a part two, because you're not brand new. You're going into it, expecting something, and usually doesn't meet that.
So I just Googled it. Let me tell you, I'm going to read two of them from this list that I agree with on this. Okay. The first sequel that comes out here is The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars. Right? I agree on this 100%. I think The Empire Strikes Back is a way better movie than the first Star Wars movie. So that's one. Okay. The second one on here, Joshua, that I completely agree with is Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is a motherfucking classic, buddy. Oh. Motherfucking classic. I can watch Shrek 2 in perpetuity for the rest of my life, because it's so fucking funny, bro. It is so well written that you might as well just make Shrek 2 Shrek 1. It's great. It's a great movie. So those are the two that I hold are probably better than the original.
Do I agree with you? I mean, I don't know. Shrek 1, again, when Shrek first came out, there wasn't anything like Shrek. The whole the ugly kind of story, getting the princess like that. Like, the original storyline of Shrek was one of a kind, when it came out. Same thing like a good example, maybe like Toy Story. You know how good Toy Story 1 was? True. It was such a good movie, Toy Story 1. And then 2 came out. And then 3 came out. And then I think they're up to like 17 now. And it's like, dude, you guys gotta stop doing this to movies. Yeah, there's so many, like, some of these, there's so many of these movies, and certain movies I think you can stop at, but the ones I think that can be awesome, are really good, is like scary movies or horror movies or movies with, the guts and gore and the kind of shit where like the spirit follows you, the next family on, when they come home off the trip, like that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Like, scary movies I think have a place for continuous sequels. Marvels, the comic book world, like that whole comic, like that can go on forever as well, but can be screwed up. But certain movies, it's really hard to kind of like just keep it going, because like, how many Saws are out there now? Saw, like, there's so many Saws out there, and are they all good? No, but every time you watch one, you're seeing a new way for somebody to get chopped up or kidnapped, or a new way to torture. It's like, yeah. So what are you watching it for?
Yeah, good point.
Like it's just, it's just hard. It's hard to get past Saw 1. Like that, the Saw 1 was, oh man, it was crazy. Just the way that whole thing went down, you know?
Yeah, and it started a whole new genre, you could say, of
I
like
don't know. It's
horror
it's,
movie.
it's hard.
Like torture horror movie. It kind of started, you know, so I get you. I get the understand. I get the let's pop the cherry as like your overall take for these movies. I understand that. So I don't know. Let us know what you guys think is the best sequel. You know, I would love to hear an argument to either one of these movies, or to Joshua's Saw movie, or to any of the other movies. So,
yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, for sure. I fucking lost my train of thought there, Joshua. What were we talking about before that tangent?
I don't know. I got done with my holidays. That's over. I really want people to be prepared.
That's okay.
You know, after that, it's kind of like we're you know, where do we want to go with this? You know, we can keep going up, we can go down, we can go sideways. We can take this anywhere.
We could.
That's why we love it when people chime in, because it's like, you know, when you're in the classroom, right? Like when I went to class when I was a kid, you know, because I always went to class, although I was a bad student. You know, when shit got a little dull in the classroom, I was always the person to just stick my hand up or my middle finger up or do some weird shit because everybody was falling asleep. So, and people used to think I was a class clown, or people, you know, whatever you fucking called me, whatever it was, you know what I mean? I was acting out. I was fucking bored. I'm sorry. Sorry for the bad language. I'm trying to get better at that too. But you know, like a little bit of, you know, we need a little bit of, you know, that everywhere. Just somebody to pop up, raise your hand, say some weird shit. But yeah, like fucking, that's and that's where my Red Bull wears off, and that's why you don't do cocaine in small amounts, because it wears off eventually.
Hey Joshua, can I make a rant? Can I just have a little bit of time on my soapbox here?
Rant on, buddy.
Listen, I want to get a little.
We're all here.
I want to get a little personal on this one, because it means a lot going into the future and into summertime. So, I don't even know where to begin with this. Let me start with, during the summertime, there are a lot of concerts and a lot of venues, right? There's a lot of things happening, right? If you're one of these people who partake in doing these things, I myself love to go to shows and go to concerts and venues. This is jeopardized by people who will either just talk during a concert, or will just straight up be ignorant and not give like the musician any time or anything per se. Because if you are a person who just wants to be the center of attention at a concert, even though you are not the person performing, and you're just arrogant and just rude, then you know what? You can burn in hell. Mainly because I'm going to be there watching you, because that's where I'm going, Joshua. I'm going to hell for that shit. But I had to get that off my chest. 15 years later, buddy. 15 years later, it still irks me to this day that you would have the audacity to come up here and sit in front of this fucking crowd and just be a shithead. I don't know how much I'm going to leave in there, Joshua, but I needed to get that out, because there are people out there in this world who disrespect musicians, and that is not okay. It is not okay to go to a show and just be disrespectful at all. You know, people are performing, and they're doing it because they love to perform, and they're doing it because it's a passion, you know, and for you to go out there and just be a shithead is not okay. So, that's my soapbox, Joshua. That's one of the things on my soapbox.
I mean, I agree with you. I do agree with you to an extent, right? I do agree that it's not cool to show up to anybody performing and just act like a dick. Mm-hmm. You know, that's not cool, because you got to think about like somebody's performing on stage, right? They're putting on a show for you, and everything they've done leading up to that, they've practiced, they've worked really hard to, maybe even the outfit they're wearing, whatever they got going on, like they've tried extremely hard to put on the show. And if you do show up and you are a douche, oh man, that's pretty messed up. But at the same time, like, people are allowed to go to shows, and if they don't like what you're performing, I don't know. Like, I'm not that person. I would never disrespect. I would never, because I know what it means to be an artist. I know what it takes to get up on stage. Like, I don't personally, but I kind of have the vibe. Like, I understand what it means to be in front of a bunch of people and to put on a show, put your heart, put your passion, put everything into it. Yeah, like it's kind of messed. Like, I would never do that to somebody. So yeah, that's pretty, but I do respect artists that get up there. Jesus Christ. Like, that's so hard to do, to get up there. And those people that perform in small venues and then like work your way up into big venues, like, mad respects to that. Like, it takes guts to be in a room with only like 10 people and nobody's moving to your music. It's almost like they're standing there in an elevator, just like not really paying attention to what you're doing. And you're over here just moving and grooving and grinding and just like you're in the zone and nobody gives a shit about you.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes from those 10 people, then it goes to 12, then it goes to 35. And then you're you're in venues of 1,000 people, 10,000 people. And you're just like, people get it now. Mm-hmm. People get it. And it's an awesome transition to see. And I respect artists who start small and go big, because you got to be in a room that sucks first before you can be in a room that like you're made for.
Oh yeah.
There's respect there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So hats off to people that can do that shit.
100%.
It's impressive.
Yep. And so anyways, that's what I wanted to rant about. I'm happy I got it off my chest. 15 years in the making. We only have about 10 minutes left, Joshua. And within these 10 minutes, we have a little bit of stuff to get covered. So let's start with some fun finds, Joshua. Do you have any fun finds? And for those of you just joining us, because this is episode 31, our fun finds are anything that throughout the week that we found that we want to share on the podcast to write it off on taxes. That's all it is. So when we say, do you have any fun finds? This is what we're talking about. So Joshua, do you have any fun finds that you want to share with the crowd, the people, the audience, the students, the class members, the treaty party? I don't know. You tell me.
I do have a fun find, and I'm not giving up on this subject. And I want to end strong, because I started in the middle with this subject, and I want to end strong with my fun find, because when it comes to preparation, you could never be too prepared, right? You could never have enough toilet paper. You could never have enough food. You could never have enough anything. And as I mentioned, it starts with information, everybody. You got to know what you're getting yourself into if you want to survive. So, you guys already saw this book, right? Right? Yep. You saw this one. This is going to get you there.
Yep.
This is going to teach you how to get away from an alligator. This book does that. But this book right here got another one. This is another survival book right here, and this one goes even deeper. Look at this one, even has metal edges. So this book alone is a survival. You can survive with this book right here. So this book right here, prepare for anything. The survival manual, 338 essential skills to make it.
Damn, son.
If shit goes wrong. Gear, skills, survival. Teaches you how to craft your own knife. If you need to. If you didn't know how to do that before, you will know how to do that with this book. Yeah. Again, if you get stabbed, see this little person right? If you get stabbed, this will teach you how to save yourself if you get stabbed. I should have bookmarked this. I should have gone into more, but it basically build your first aid kit. If you want to build your own first aid kit, it's got that in there.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
There's all kinds of shit, man. So again, You know, you can do stuff with your belt. You know, there's something in here about a belt and what you can do with it.
Joshua, I love this.
Teaches you how to throw a knife.
I love this because I just want to, I picture you. I picture you just like fucking, I got stabbed, right? I got stabbed. I'm fucking bleeding out. And you're just fucking flipping through these fucking pages going, wait, hang on. Tourniquet, fucking stab wound. How do I fix? And I'm over here just dying slowly until you get to the right page.
Well, I didn't bookmark a lot of these, like I just said, but this one, this will be the last one I'll show, because we got other shit to talk about or go through. This one right here, you can charge your cell phone in a blackout using this makeshift charging thing right here.
Huh.
Now, have I read it? This is out of 300. You got to get there. There's 338. This one's 254. So, Jesus, if you need to figure it out, there's a book. There's a book here.
Oh my God, bro!
You can, there's a lot in here, folks. So, be prepared, like that guy, or go to another planet or some shit. But again, it starts with information. It starts with knowledge. It starts with information. If you don't know what you're doing, you can't do it.
Very true.
So that is my fun find. So I want everybody to live. I want everybody to survive, no matter what situation you're in. But again, you need the knowledge. You need the tools. Start somewhere. Get a book.
I'm with you. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you for sharing that with us. We'll get into my fun find, which is what I've been doing for the last fucking 1,000 weeks at this point. I'm unboxing these little monster figurines. I'm trying to go for the whole set. I don't remember which ones I have. They are behind me. I could look, but that's spoilers. You don't want none of that shit. But these are from Pop Mart. So if anybody wants any of these, we are giving one of these boxes out at the end of this. And I don't know how that's going to work. Probably have you just comment on that episode. Whoever comments first or answers the question, whatever we feel like, we'll give one of these out. So that's at the end of this. I think it was 9 weeks. So I think we're on week 6 or 7. So coming up pretty soon. So I'll just go ahead and unbox this now. Joshua, are you ready for this shit, buddy? Let's go.
Without further ado, here we go.
No.
Our new, our new little box here? What do you call these things?
I mean, they're just like little figures, buddy. They're just little figures. So we will start with what usually happens is the chair. Got the chair here, buddy. Beautiful chair. And alongside the chair, buddy, we have what looks to be a piece of hair and a brain. I wonder who that could be. Just saying.
I like how it comes with the hair and the brain.
Right. There we go. See, baggy. Go ahead and slowly lift that open. Nice and sexual. Just beautiful. And here we go, Joshua. Are you ready for this? You ready?
I'm ready. Let's see it.
Oh, baby. That is Frankenstein right there, Joshua. That is Frankenstein. His head is open because I'm going to put his little brain in there, but he's holding a little pumpkin. Look at how cute. All right, give me a second. Let me get his little hat out. So I got his little hair.
I was gonna say, does his hair go on top of his brain? I don't think your hair goes. Do you need something to separate your brain from your hair?
Not in this situation, baby. Give me 1 second.
It is Frankenstein after all, right?
Here's his brain. His brain's all smushy. It's weird. This is the best unboxing video we're ever gonna have. So we can put his little brain into there. There you go. His little brain.
Did you say his brain was squishy?
Yeah, his brain's a little squish. He's got a little soft brain. I dropped his hair. Hang on. Please hold. Ah, fuck.
Oh, shit. Sean's losing it.
Fucking losing it.
He's lost his mind.
Fucking losing my marbles. All right. Sorry.
I think Sean removed his brain and put it in Frankenstein's brain.
Brain.
Or head.
Now his little head goes on here.
Whatever the order is. I don't know. His brain, his head in his head.
He's so cute. He's got a little head. And then I'll go ahead and put him in this little chair. Let's do a little chair. So much is going on here. Like, so much fucking shit. What the fuck? All this for this little chair. Little chair. Boom. Frankenstein, baby. And we go ahead and we put him in the chair.
It's pretty cool.
Again, these things kind of like don't want to stay in their chair. But there you go. Fucking cute. Look at that. Delicioso.
Yeah, the detail.
Detail's fucking amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Pop Mart. And thank you, Universal Figures, or Universal, for making these little figures for Pop Mart. They're so freaking cute. Anyways, Joshua, how many fortunes do we have left? What are we working with here?
Fortunes? You mean how many more of these toxic cookies that we got left? I'm happy to say, Sean, we only have one toxic cookie left. And then we are no more toxic cookie. Doesn't mean we're not going to have cookies. It just means we have fully eliminated these nasty ass cookies that nobody should ever eat. So yeah, we got one left. So I'm gonna have to find a spot that has better cookies because these things are gross.
Agreed.
All right, let's get into this little cookie right here. What do you have for us today, little fortune cookie?
The final cookie. Better be a good one.
What do we got here? All right, for today's toxic cookie on Tuesday, April 30th. Here is your fortune, everybody. You are generous and always thinking of others. Is that a fortune? Is that much of a fortune?
That's not a fortune, bro. But
I don't know. It's more of like a state, like of a who you are, right?
Yeah, not a fortune.
Your state of being.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll read it again. I'll read it again because maybe this applies to you. Maybe you're somebody who takes notice of these little cookies when you open them, and you need a reason to feel better about what you do. So maybe this cookie does it. Maybe this one is for you.
Oh, sure.
Here once again is your toxic cookie for April 30th, 2024. You are generous and always thinking of others. If that applies to you, good job, because we need more of those types of people in the world.
Yes, sir. 100% agree. And for the record, those cookies, because they're so toxic, do not have any lucky numbers on them. So we've been going off of this lucky number generator.
You don't.
Joshua, give me a number from 1 to 5. I will go ahead and spin the wheel, and I'll give you your numbers.
I don't think I've picked one yet. Let's go with the loneliest number. 1.
All right, here we go. Clicking the wheel one time. And here are your lucky numbers for the week, everybody. 2, 18, 20, 21, 24, 27, 38. One more time for the people in the back. Your lucky numbers for the week are...
Wake up.
2, 18, 20, 21, 24, 27, 38. There you go. For those of you who don't know, we are also giving away some merchandise. For every 7 that we get this year, we're going for 7 sevens. If we hit them at the end of the year, we're going to give out some merch that Joshua will happily make for us. But no 7s this week, buddy. No 7s. So we're good. We're still clear on the what is it? Our P&L. We got that shit covered. We're fucking cherry. No markdowns needed, baby.
Nope. Just went through inventory. We still got everything, Sean. We still have all of our merchandise still. I took it all.
Man. All right, Joshua.
Got a closet full of merchandise ready to go.
With that being said, Joshua, do you have anything else you want to add? One final thoughts for the last few minutes here. What do you got?
I guess for those of you who fell asleep in the back, don't expect me to open my door for you when the world goes to shit, because I just gave you the tools to prepare. And if you saw that part of the episode, it starts with information, and I gave it to you. So if you weren't around to hear this, I'm sorry, but you're probably not going to make it. But for the rest of you who are awake during that part of this episode, come on in. Bring your can of beans, bring your sleeping bags. I'm not afraid to get outside and climb through the mountains and, do shit like that. So we'll survive together. We can do this together, everybody. You just need the information, and I got it for you. So thank you all for coming and watching and being a part of this, because, as always, I love all you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next time.
Awesome. Before we head out, I am still working on Joshua's road trip video. That should be out hopefully by the Friday you guys watch this video. So that's what I'm putting myself on. So fingers crossed it comes out on, I don't know what, whatever the Friday is for this week is, the 3rd, May 3rd. So that's the goal. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, catch you later. Be safe. Have fun. Deuces.